All right, as we stated, we're gonna get started and continue. As I can do this here, I want you to just take a look at the problem. What do you notice? What do you notice? Great. I'm sure a lot of you thought there's a radical in the denominator. Now, we know that there can be a radical in the denominator, but what work exactly do I have to use that I already know about? I do know that it is dividing. How do I know that it's dividing? Everybody just take a second to think about it yourself, call it out loud. That way you can practice whatever it is that you already know. I know it's dividing because it shows me the fraction here. So it's the same as me saying 3 radical 2 divided by radical 3. In case you need, you could still also write it like this. But is it easier to get rid of the denominator this way? Maybe not. Maybe it's not. Right? So let's just try it the way that we already know. Since I know it's dividing, usually I use order of operations to be able to switch it and flip it. Okay? I want to get rid of the denominator from being a radical. How can I do that? Awesome. I'm going to multiply by the denominator. So the denominator here is radical 3. Do I only multiply on the bottom or the top? Those are questions that you should be asking yourself while you're working. I am going to multiply on both sides because I do want to get rid of the denominator. Okay? Let's go ahead and move on to the next step. I know that I am multiplying across, so let's go ahead and do that. 3 radical 2 times radical 3. Remember, there is a 1 in front of that. And then I have radical 3 times radical 3. For those of you that know how to do this right away in your head, you will remember that a radical times a radical equals itself. Okay? This is just a simple example. A radical times a radical equals itself. Here we have radical 3 and radical 3. What's 3 times 3? Okay, so we know 3 times 3 equals radical 9. And the square root of radical 9 would be 3. Let's just start where our ending commences. Was radical 2 times radical 3? Oops. Yeah, that's right. Radical 2 times radical 3. 3 times 2 equals 6. 3 times 1 equals 3. Can I simplify radical 6? Is there any perfect square that goes into radical 6? No. Awesome. So let's go ahead and simplify to the furthest that we know. We know that radical 6 cannot simplify anymore. But we also know that 3 radical 6 is part of our numerator. What do you notice that we can do to end up with a final simplified version of this answer? Awesome. We can cross out 3 and 3 because 3 divided by 3 equals 1, which will leave us with 1 radical 6, or for those that do not like writing the 1, radical 6 as our final answer. All right? This is a misconception that a lot of us had, the problem that most of us have gotten incorrect so far. Please make sure that you fix it. Try a few problems on your own, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Have a good day.